All right, thank you. Please be seated. Okay, thanks. All right, this is, well, let me first check, can the interpreter hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for June 11th, 2025.
Este es el calendario de comparecencia inicial de las 11 de la mañana del 11 de junio del 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the first of the month will also apply to these hearings.
Las órdenes judiciales para la toma de muestras de ADN y huellas dactilares que se giraron en el calendario de las 2 de la mañana del 1 de este mes también van a aplicar a estas audiencias.
All right, Mr. Rogelio Garcia, will you please come all the way to the podium?
El señor Rogelio García, pase por favor hasta el podio.
After that, Mr. Abelardo Alvarez, you can wait in the chair. The officer will show you where to sit.
Después de eso, el señor Abelardo Álvarez se puede pasar a la silla. El agente le va a mostrar dónde se puede sentar.
All right. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Buenos días, señor. Me da su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
Rafael Enríquez, 3574.
Rogelio Enríquez, 31574.
Your first last name is Enriquez? If so, what is your second last name?
Su primer apellido es Enríquez y si lo es, el segundo apellido, ¿cuál es?
García.
García.
So, your full last name is Enriquez Garcia?
Su apellido completo entonces es Enríquez García.
El acta de nacimiento nomás dice Rogelio Enríquez.
My date of birth only says Rogelio Enríquez. I'm sorry, my birth certificate only says Rogelio Enríquez.
Okay, so you're telling me your legal name is Rogelio Enriquez?
Me dice entonces que su nombre legal es Rogelio Enríquez.
Sí.
Yes.
All right, thank you. You are here on 3 warrants.
Se lo agradezco. Usted se encuentra aquí por 3 órdenes de detención.
One is from Yavapai County and 2 are from Maricopa County.
Una de ellas es del condado de Yavapai y 2 de ellas son del condado de Maricopa.
I'm going to begin with the Yavapai County warrant where you are on probation.
Voy a iniciar con la orden de detención del condado de Yavapai, donde usted se encuentra en régimen a prueba.
There was a petition to revoke your probation filed and a warrant was issued for your arrest on July 13th of 2023.
Se presentó un pedimento para revocar su régimen a prueba y se giró una orden de detención en su contra el día 13 de julio del 2023.
I will let them know they should give you a lawyer when you get to Yavapai County.
Les voy a informar a ellos que deben de proporcionarle un abogado cuando usted llegue al condado de Yavapai.
Your next court date there is scheduled for June 16th at 8:30 in the morning.
Su próxima audiencia judicial allá va a ser el día 16 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And the court address in Camp Verde is on your paperwork.
La dirección del tribunal en Camp Verde está en su papeleo.
And I am affirming the bond set by the Yavapai judge, which is $25,000 secured.
Voy a ratificar la fianza que fijó el juez de CameraFi, que es una caución real de $25,000.
If you deposit that, you will be released and you will have to present yourself at the courthouse on June 16th at 8:30 in the morning.
Si usted deposita esa fianza, usted será liberado y usted mismo tendrá que presentarse en el juzgado o el tribunal el día 16 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Because if you miss any court date in that case, you will lose your bond money and there will be a warrant issued for your arrest.
Si usted incomparece a alguna audiencia judicial en ese caso, usted perderá el dinero de la fianza y se va a girar otra orden de detención en su contra.
You have other conditions of release that will be in your paperwork.
Usted va a tener otras medidas cautelares que van a aparecer en su papeleo.
And they will be the same conditions that I'm going to give you in the Maricopa County cases.
Van a ser las mismas medidas cautelares que yo le voy a dar para los casos del condado de Maricopa.
Those include not possessing any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription.
Estas van a incluir que usted no puede estar en tenencia de ningún arma o droga sin una receta vigente.
And you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release.
Y que usted debe de ponerse en contacto con su agente de probatoria dentro de 72 horas de ser liberado.
All right, in Maricopa County, there were warrants issued for you in 2 pending criminal cases.
En el condado de Maricopa hay 2 órdenes de detención que se giraron de parte de 2 casos que están pendientes de materia penal.
On May 12th of 2023, there was a status conference set and you were not there.
Para el día 12 de mayo del 2023 se había programado una consulta de actualización y usted no se presentó.
I apologize. That date was just for one of the cases, the one in which you've been charged with burglary as a Class 4 felony.
Y disculpa, esa fecha era solamente para uno de los casos, el caso en el cual usted fue imputado de allanamiento de lugar ajeno con fines delictivos, que es un delito mayor de clase 4.
In the other case, the court date you missed was in March of 2023.
Y para el otro caso, la audiencia judicial a la cual usted faltó estaba programada en marzo del 2023.
And in that second case, you've been charged with possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony.
Y en ese segundo caso, usted fue imputado con tenencia de droga narcótica, un delito mayor de clase 4.
You have already had a lawyer appointed for you in both of those cases.
¿Ya se le había nombrado a un abogado para representarle en ambos de esos casos?
Your next court date for both of those cases will be June 17th at 8:30 in the morning.
Su próxima audiencia judicial para ambos de esos casos va a ser el 17 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And the court address in Phoenix will be on your paperwork.
Y la dirección del tribunal en Phoenix va a aparecer en su papeleo.
In each of these 2 cases, you have a $2,500 secured appearance bond for $5,000 total.
Para cada uno de estos 2 casos, usted tiene una fianza caución real de $2,500, que serían $5,000 en total.
That is in addition to the $25,000 bond in the Yavapai case.
Esto es adicional a la fianza de $25,000 para el caso de CameraFi.
And you have written conditions in the Maricopa cases, but I will let you read those for yourself.
Van a haber más medidas cautelares por escrito para los casos del condado de Maricopa, pero voy a permitir que usted lea esas medidas cautelares por su propia cuenta.
If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you a copy. Thank you.
Si pasa hacia su izquierda, la gente le va a entregar una copia. Gracias.
Mr. Alvarez.
El señor Álvarez.
Hello, sir. May I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Hola, señor. ¿Me da su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento, por favor?
Abelardo Gámez Álvarez, y mi fecha de nacimiento es noviembre 12 del 2073, del 1973.
Yes, Abelardo Gámez Álvarez, and my date of birth is November 12th of 1973.
Thank you. You have been arrested on new allegations that are as follows.
Se lo agradezco. Usted fue detenido por acusaciones nuevas que son las siguientes.
Possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony.
Tenencia de droga narcótica, un delito de clase 4.
Possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony.
Tenencia de adminículos para drogas, un delito mayor de clase 6.
And disobeying a court order, a class 1 misdemeanor.
Y desobedecer una orden judicial, una falta menor de clase 1.
There is probable cause for all of those offenses, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you.
Existe motivo fundado de procesamiento para todos estos ilícitos y voy a nombrar a un abogado a que le represente.
Your next court date will be a status conference on June 17th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court.
Su próxima audiencia judicial va a ser una consulta de actualización el día 17 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana en el Tribunal Superior en Downtown.
Your preliminary hearing will be June 19th at 8:30 in the morning, and the court address will be on your paperwork.
Su audiencia preliminar va a ser el día 19 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana. La dirección del tribunal va a aparecer en su papeleo.
Bond is set in your case at $1,000 and it is secured.
Se va a fijar una fianza en el caso de usted de $1,000 como caución real.
And you have other conditions of release you're ordered to comply with.
Y hay otras medidas cautelares que le voy a ordenar que usted las siga.
Those include no returning to the scene of the alleged crimes,
Estas incluyen que no debe de regresar al lugar de los presuntos hechos
and no contact with the alleged victim. That's whoever has the order of protection against you.
y no puede tener ningún contacto con la presunta persona afectada. Esta es la persona que tiene la orden de protección en contra de usted.
You may not possess any weapons nor any drugs without a valid prescription.
Usted no puede estar en tenencia de ningún arma o ninguna droga sin una receta vigente.
No alcohol.
No consuma alcohol.
And you must obey the terms of any order of protection that has been served upon you.
Y usted debe de obedecer las condiciones de cualquier orden de protección con la cual usted haya sido emplazado.
Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, the officer will give you a copy. Thank you.
Todo lo que usted tiene que saber va a aparecer en su papeleo. Si pasa usted hacia su izquierda, el agente le va a entregar una copia del papeleo. Gracias.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and if the interpreter could please make a general call for service. We do think that's everybody, but you never know.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. ¿Se encuentra alguien más en la sala que requiere asistencia de un intérprete de español? Si puede levantar la mano si hay alguien que necesita asistencia.
Okay, we see no hands. Oh, she's double checking. Okay, no hands. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. All right, Mr. Duncan, if you please come to the podium. Matthew Duncan, you'll be next. After that, Lorenzo Duran, will you please go to the chair? You'll be after that. Right here, sir. All right, look for Lorenzo Duran. Here he comes. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Matthew Scott Duncan, 4/25/1990.
1990?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks. You're here on three things. One is a new arrest, two are warrants. In the new case, you were arrested for 5 total allegations of shoplifting as Class 4 felonies, 2 allegations of possession of narcotic drugs, and 1 of possessing dangerous drugs. All of those are also Class 4 felonies. There is probable cause for these, and the offense dates range from April 13th to June 10th of this year. I am appointing a lawyer for you. It will be the same lawyer that you have for both of your pending cases. In number 29 on our calendar, you've been charged with taking contraband into a correctional facility, a Class 2 felony. And in number 31, you've been charged with organized retail theft of merchandise, a Class 4 felony. And back on April 28th of this year, you missed a court hearing and there were warrants issued for your arrest in those cases. So you'll end up with the same lawyer for all 3 cases. The cases are at different stages right now, so I'm not able to combine your first court hearing, but it's going to be in the new case. In the new case, your next court hearing is June 17th, which is 6 days from now at 8:30 in the morning. That is a status conference in the downtown Superior Court with a preliminary hearing scheduled for June 19th at 8:30 in the morning. June 19th is when I'm also setting a status conference in the pending cases. So June 19th at 8:30 will be a preliminary hearing in the new case and a status conference in each of the older cases. All right, in between those, I'm scheduling a bail eligibility hearing. And the reason you need one of those is that you have come in on probable cause for new felonies while you have any pending felony case. And the law says that I have to hold you for a bail hearing. I cannot give you bail today. So you will be held without bond in the new case only, at least until your bail hearing. That's going to be June 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That is 1 week from today. You may or may not be found eligible for bail at that hearing. You're just not eligible today. And when you look at your paperwork, it'll be the one that is called an evidentiary hearing, because it is an evidentiary hearing on the subject of bail. So your lawyer will explain to you the day before what's going to happen at the bail hearing on the 18th, 1 week from today. So that's the new case only. You are held without bond. In each of the older cases, your bond is $1,500 secured for $3,000 total with written conditions in those cases, but you shouldn't try to post those bonds if you're still being held without bond in the new case. So talk to your lawyer about all of that, and you should be seeing, hopefully, I would think it would go to, it looks like it's Matt Schwartzstein, should go to him, and you should be seeing him at the status conference on the 17th. Everything is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, she'll give you copies. All right, Mr. Duran, and then Enrique Quiroz Ledesma, will you please go to the chair? Enrique? Hi, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Lord Duran, por favor, 15,000.
All right, thank you. You're here on one new case and a warrant in a pending case. In the new case, you were arrested for possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. It will be the same lawyer that you have for your other open case, which is number 9 on the calendar. You've been charged in that pending case with narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. And it looks like you failed to appear at a court hearing on May 27th. That was a status conference, and there was a warrant issued for your arrest. So your next court date will be the same for both cases. It's a status conference, June 17th, which is 6 days from now. Your preliminary hearing will be the same for both cases, June 19th at 8:30 in the morning. In between those, you are going to have a bail eligibility hearing because you have come in with probable cause for a new felony while you have any pending felony case. So you're going to have a bail hearing on June 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I must hold you without bail until then in the new case. So in a week, you'll have a bail hearing. You may or may not be found eligible for bail in a week. You're just not eligible today. In the older case, you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond and written conditions.
I'm saying here?
Yeah, unless, right, you stay here in the new case until a judge gives you bond or not, or lets you out on some other basis, and you have a $1,000 bond in the older case that you missed court for.
Okay.
So everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give that to you. Where's Mr. Quiroz? After that, I need Anthony Austin, please. Mr. Austin, if you go to the chair. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yeah, Enrique Quiroz Ledesma, 41784.
Okay, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for possessing narcotic drugs. It's a Class 4 felony, and there is probable cause for it. Your next court date will be a status conference June 17th at 8:30 in the morning, which is 6 days from now, with a preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30. And in your case, you are out on release in a pending felony case, and that one is CR 2024. Hang on, they have their number wrong in here. It is CR 2024-142944. Your initial appearance in that case was back in last September, and that case remains open and pending. So what that means is I have to hold you for a bail hearing also. So you're not getting bond today in this case because you have to go to a bail hearing. That's going to be June 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. It is the evidentiary hearing that you will see on your paperwork. That's your bail hearing. You may or may not be found eligible for bail on the 18th. You're just not eligible today. Everything I just told you is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, she'll give you that. Right. Thank you. Mr. Austin? And then Vanessa Rodello, you go to the chair, please. Right here at the podium, please. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Anthony Allen Austin, December 7th, 1988.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date will be a status conference June 17th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30 in the morning. You have an open and pending felony case at CR 2025-123762. Your initial appearance was 4 days ago, and they did file the formal charges against you in that case. So that remains an open and pending case, which means I cannot give you bail today. I must hold you for a bail hearing. So you will also have a bail eligibility hearing 1 week from today, which is June 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. On your paperwork, it will say evidentiary hearing because it is an evidentiary hearing, but the subject of it is bail. You may or may not be found eligible for bail on the 18th. You're just not eligible today. So if you'll step to your left, you get your paperwork, and they'll take you to court next week. You can meet with your lawyer the day before the bail hearing. All right, thank you. Ms. Rodello? And then Ricky Meeks, we go to the chair, please. Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Vanessa Yudit Rodello, November 8, 1997.
All right, thank you. Here on a new case. You're arrested for 2 allegations of possessing narcotic drugs. Those are Class 4 felonies. 1 allegation of drug paraphernalia possession, which is a Class 6 felony. 1 allegation of obstruction of justice by the refusal to provide a true name. That's a Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date will be a status conference June 17th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30. The court address will be on your paperwork, and your bond is $5,000 secured with written conditions you're ordered to comply with. I will also caution you, pretrial services says you do have a federal hold that's been placed on you at the jail because it appears you've been charged with possession with intent to distribute fentanyl in the federal system. So they say you have a U.S. Marshals hold on you at the jail. What that means is if you post this bond, the marshals are going to be notified and given a chance to come and get you and put you in front of a federal judge in that case. So you may wish to consult with your lawyer in this case before you go posting bond in this case, because you may just land yourself in federal custody, whereupon the state will place a hold on you to bring you back from there once they're done with you, and you will popcorn back and forth between the systems. So consult with your lawyer before you decide whether to do that, but you are entitled to post bail in this case. I'm just warning you that the marshals are going to be given a chance to come and get you before you ever hit the street. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paper. Thank you. Mr. Meeks, Ricky Meeks. And then Miguel Castaneda, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Ricky Daniel Meeks, 09-2385.
All right, thank you. Here on 2 things, one from Coconino County, one from Maricopa. I'm going to start with your Coconino warrant. It appears you're on probation in Coconino County. Do I have that right? Hang on a second.
Yes.
Yes, it is probation. All right. There was a warrant issued for your arrest on June 2nd of this year because a petition to revoke your probation has been filed up in Coconino County. So I'll let them know they should appoint a lawyer for you. You'll get a copy of that petition from your lawyer when you get there. Your court date in Coconino County Superior Court is scheduled for June 16th at 8:30 in the morning. That is 5 days from today, and the address up in Flagstaff is on your paperwork. I am affirming their bond, which is $5,000 cash only. If you post it, comply with all of your written conditions and call your Coconino County PO. Are you being courtesy supervised here? Then you would call your Maricopa PO. Because I just realized your other warrant from Maricopa is also a probation violation. So if your PO is a Maricopa PO, that's who you need to call when you get out. And they can tell you if they want you reporting into Flagstaff or not. So in the Maricopa case, this warrant issued May 29 of 2025 because the petition to revoke that was filed alleges that you violated terms 1, 11, 12, 15, and 21 of your intensive probation. You'll get a copy of that petition from your lawyer. I'm appointing a Maricopa lawyer for you here in town. And your court date in Maricopa County is scheduled for June 18th at 8:30 in the morning. So that's actually 2 days after the Coconino court date. Your bond in the Maricopa case is $2,500 secured. So you have $5,000 cash in the Coconino case, $2,500 secured in the Maricopa case. I'm just affirming what those judges ordered. Everything is going to be on your paperwork. If you step to your left, she's going to give you a copy. Thank you. Mr. Castaneda, and then Rashard Alexander, will you please go to the chair? It'll be after Mr. Castaneda. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yes, please. Miguel Uriel Castaneda Peralta, September 10, 1995.
Okay, let me add the Peralta. All right, sir, you are here on a new allegation. It is robbery, a Class 4 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you, and your next court date will be a status conference June 17th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30. The court address will be on your paperwork. Now, the state recommended a $25,000 bond for you, but I see that you do not have, that we located any violent prior convictions or felony convictions, and given the nature of the allegation, which is a violent and allegedly very frightening experience for the subway employee, that it was a physically violent theft of a sandwich, I'm setting bail in the amount of $5,000 secured, which is more in line with what we set in this type of robbery case. You have to bond out to be released. You may not go to any part of that subway, no contact with any of its employees, certainly not with the alleged victim, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that from the officer. Thank you. Mr. Alexander? Then Ashley Van Douser or Van Duser, we go to the chair, please. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Charles Alexander, 5682.
All right, thank you. Mr. Alexander, you're here on an arrest warrant for some older charges. In this case, you've been accused in a criminal complaint with 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Each of those is a Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous and narcotic drugs, each of which is a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. The alleged offense date is September 15th of 2022, and it looks like this warrant has been outstanding for you since February of 2024. This arises from an arrest by the Tempe Police Department. If that doesn't ring any bells, you will get a copy of the police reports and the charges from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your status conference is June 17th at 8:30 in the morning. That's next week, with a preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30. Those are in the downtown Superior Court, and the address is on your paperwork. I am affirming the bond set by the judge who issued the warrant. That is based on the nature of those charges, your criminal history, and the allegations surrounding your arrest today. And so in this case, you have to post bond to be released. If you do it, comply with all of your conditions. One of them is not to drive without a valid driver's license. And I did not receive, I normally do, but not always, I did not receive a copy of your current motor vehicle record, so I don't know if your license is or isn't suspended today. My guess is it's probably not. I mean, you probably do not have one. It probably remains suspended or revoked. And this court is extremely concerned. You are accused of having been in control of a vehicle when you were arrested. So, as a public safety matter, I affirm these orders, and as if we do standard, I order you not to drive unless you have a valid driver's license, and it's a crime. It is a crime every time you do it if you don't have a valid driver's license, even if you're sober. This court is very concerned that you may not drive sober and you may severely injure or kill somebody. So if you step to your left, you get a copy of that.
How much is you didn't tell me how much my bond was?
I did. It's $2,500 secured. It means you can use a bail bondsman. I'm affirming the amount set by that judge. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork. Ms. Van Douser or Van Duser, and then David Baldonegro, will you go to the chair? Where's Ashley? Is she asleep? All right, I can go right to Mr. Baldonegro. Can we get her woken up, please? Mr. Baldonegro, go ahead. Right here, sir. No, Baldonegro's fine. I'm just trying to swap people because Ashley's asleep. Yeah, I'll take Baldonegro. If you can wake up, can you wake her up, though, officer? Yes. Yeah, thanks. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
David Paul Baldonegro, 5/30/1978.
All right, thank you. You're here on 2 probation violation warrants. You're on probation in 2 separate felony cases. There were petitions to revoke your probation filed on June 5th. They allege that you violated, whoops, I just closed it. Hold on. They allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of that petition for each case from your lawyer. You will have the same lawyer appointed for both cases, I should say. Same next court date for both cases. It is 1 week from today, which is July 18th at 8:30 in the morning. The probation court address will be on your paperwork. Your bond in each case is $500 secured for $1,000 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. The officer has your paperwork for you. Thank you. All right, Ashley, are you awake? Ms. Van Douser, I need Ashley. After that, Jacob Sharp, will you please go to the chair? Right here at the podium, please. Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ashley Van Duzer, 9/25/1984.
All right, thank you. You're here on a bench warrant for failing to appear in a pending case. In this case, you've been charged with possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. You failed to appear at a status conference on March 26th of this year, and there was a warrant issued for your arrest. You already have a lawyer appointed for you in this case. Your next court date will be a status conference June 17th at 8:30 in the morning. That's next week. And a preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30 in the morning. The court address is on your paperwork. I'm affirming the $500 bond that was set in your case. You have to post it to be released. If you make bond, comply with all of your written conditions. Do not miss your court dates. If you step too left, she'll give you a copy of that paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Sharp. And then Kelly Johnson, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Jacob Sharp, October 3rd, 1983.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sharp. You are here on a new case. You were arrested for disorderly conduct and assault. Those are both domestic violence misdemeanors. There is probable cause for those. I am appointing a lawyer for you out of the surprise city court as further detailed in my order. Your arraignment hearing will be June 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That is 6 days from now. And based on what has been alleged against you, bond is set in your case at $500. It is secured. If you post it, comply with, and I missed checking a bunch of boxes. Sorry, I got to reprint yours. I double-checked myself as I read it, and turns out I got ahead of myself, missed a lot of box checking here. Just one second. All righty. It's going to take a second. All right, you may not stay at this location while the case is pending. You may not even go there except one time on a civil standby with a emergency line. Request a civil standby. They'll want to see your paperwork to see that I did order that, and then they will send an officer to go with you while you collect important belongings and go find somewhere else to stay. Bring proof of your alternative residence to your next court date. Do not contact the alleged victim. Do not respond to contact from her. She cannot give you permission to violate this court's order. If you violate this court's order in any way, that could be probable cause for harassment. And the example I always use is a single text that says, "I love you." If a court finds probable cause that that was harassment in violation of a criminal no contact order, that can be booked as aggravated harassment, a Class 6 felony, and you will have considerably worsened your situation. Do not have contact with the alleged victim. Do not respond to her. You may not possess any weapons. No drugs without a valid prescription. No alcohol. If you are served with an order of protection, you must comply with that as well. Everything will be on your paperwork. If you step to your left, the officer has that revised copy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson, Kelly Johnson. Then Ashley Sanchez, we go to the chair, please. Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Kelly Jan Johnson, 12/23/68.
All right, thank you. You're here on a warrant in a pending case. You've been charged with 2 counts of possessing dangerous drugs, 1 count of possessing narcotic drugs. Those are all Class 4 felonies, and possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Oops. This is a warrant. I apologize. This is a warrant. You've already been charged. Right. You failed to appear at a status conference on December 26th of last year, and a warrant was issued for your arrest. So you already have a lawyer. All right, we're going to set your status conference again for June 17th. That's 6 days from now at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30. The court address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. I'm going to affirm the bond set by the trial judge, and that is $500 secured with written conditions. If you post bond, do not miss your court date. Follow those conditions. If you step to your left, she has your paper. Thank you. Ms. Sanchez, and then Richard Contreras, will you please go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ashley Sanchez, 02-2295.
All right, thank you. You are here on two things. One is a warrant from the Santan Justice Court. One is a new arrest in a felony case. In the new case, you've been accused of shoplifting using a device or item to facilitate that shoplifting. That is a class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date, I apologize, my computer just literally crashed and says it's restarting with an update. Has that been happening? Okay, well, go ahead and have a seat, ma'am. My computer just spontaneously decided it was going to restart itself, so it's going to take a second. Where is it? Oh, it's back behind that notebook. Okay. Good, we're 7% of the way there. Great. Sure. Thank you. Yeah, that's something I never thought of because, you know, I'm never ready. All righty. Okay, let me figure out where we were. We were at Ashley Sanchez. Okay, all right, let me give you back that one. I think is done. Isn't she done? All right, Ms. Sanchez, go ahead. I'm going to try to do this from the paper copies. If anything gets weird, we may have to pause again. All right, so you're here on two things. Hold on. All right, I was talking about the shoplifting case. All right. You're going to have a status conference in that case June 17th at 8:30 in the morning with a preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30. The address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. You're also here on a warrant in a DUI case. You've been charged with 2 counts of DUI as Class 1 misdemeanors. This is from the Santan Justice Court. This is a failure to appear warrant. Your court date in the DUI case will be June 16th at 8:30 in the morning in the Santan Justice Court down in Chandler, and the address is on your paperwork. Mm-hmm. In the Justice Court case, the DUI case, your bond is $250 secured, and in the shoplifting case, it is $50 secured. That is $300 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your release conditions. Those include do not go to the scene of the alleged crimes, particularly not to any Home Depot. All right, everything's going to be on your paperwork. Go have a seat. We're going to send it out to you when we're done, okay?
Okay, so I'm staying there?
Yeah, unless you have the 300, you do stay until your next court date. Mr. Did I see Contreras? I don't think so. Mr. Contreras, come in. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yes, my name is Richard Contreras, April 2nd, 1974.
All right, thank you. You're here on 2 probation warrants. There have been petitions to revoke your probation filed in both of your probation cases. You'll get a copy of the petitions from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in both cases. You have the same next court date for both. It is 1 week from today, which is June 18th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. In each of these 2 cases, you have a $250 secured appearance bond for $500 total with written release conditions. If you do bond out, be sure to comply with those and call your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Everything's going to be on your paperwork. I just need to hold on to that for a second. So go have a seat. We're going to send out your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Octavio Ortega. And after that, it's going to be Vanessa Morris will be next. All right, Mr. Ortega, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Octavio Ortega, 2789.
All right, thanks. You got arrested for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. Also, driving without a driver's license in your possession, which is a Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a status conference June 26th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. And you got a preliminary hearing June 30th at 8:30. This is one of these last ones was an arrest warrant. Was his an arrest warrant? Will you look? I just want to give you correct information about whether this is a brand new case. No, it's a PF. It is a brand new case. Okay, I apologize. Oh, I think it's the next person that was an arrest warrant. Okay, this is a brand new case. Okay, and I am aware of your criminal history. It is not a small amount. That being said, this is a drug case, and the police didn't accuse you of doing anything to try to avoid arrest, etc. So I'm going to release you to pretrial services supervision. That means come to court, comply with release conditions. Even with criminal history like yours, people are getting some probation offers with treatment. Doesn't mean you will. That's up to the county attorney. But I'm trying to encourage you to come to court, talk to your lawyer, and defend your case. If you don't, you're going to get a warrant, and we generally set bond based heavily on what somebody's criminal history is. So if you prove you won't come to court by missing a court hearing, we're just going to give you a bond, and the first thing we look at is your criminal history when we set bond amounts. So I'm just trying to warn you, if you want to be out of custody while this case is pending, you must come to your court hearings, okay? You're going to get an envelope for pretrial. You call them after you get out. They'll tell you when and how to report in. It's usually just calling in, and it's not very hard. So just do it and come to court, okay?
I will be released today.
That is correct.
Thank you, ma'am.
If you step to your left, we'll send out your paperwork, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck. Ms. Morris? And then I think I'm down to house call. Yeah, okay. All right. Still says, it has said restarting on and off multiple times. So, it's probably because we never shut down the computers. All righty. Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Yes, it's Vanessa Shea Morris, 120586.
Okay, thank you. You were arrested on an older case. This is an arrest warrant. And I'll ask, are you able to see it, Trina? Can you tell me what the offense date was? I just like to help people understand if they remember it. So you've been
October 27, 2023.
Okay, that's what I thought, but it's pretty old. This is back from October of 2023.
Yeah, I was in a rehab.
Okay, so you've been charged in a criminal complaint with dangerous drug possession of Class 4 felony and drug paraphernalia possession of Class 6 felony. We're going to appoint a lawyer for you. Your status conference will be June 26th. That is in about 2 weeks at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing June 30th at 8:30. And this is not a brand new case. And so you also have priors, but you qualify for release to pretrial services. This is not a brand new case. And as I told the previous gentleman, people in your situation are with some frequency getting probation deals from the county attorney. Does that mean you will? No, but you might. And I think it also means that you shouldn't fear going to court. You need to go to court. You need to face your charges. But just like I told that gentleman, if you don't show up, you've proved you won't come to court. And we're going to set bond for you. And we're going to do that based largely on your criminal history.
I understand, ma'am.
So,
and I apologize, and I do want to
No, you haven't missed any court dates in this case. This is a newly filed case. That's what I mean by it's an arrest warrant because we couldn't find you.
Oh, okay.
We don't hold that against you. No.
I got kicked out. I got kicked out of my residential, and so I ended up going into a rehab.
Yeah,
so.
and people move, and it's been a long time. So no, we don't hold that against you at all. The fact that this went to a warrant had nothing to do with anything you did. So.
I'm trying to do good. I really am. I know I messed up.
Well, anything that you have to show give to your lawyer can show it to the county attorney to show that you're on a good track, etc. If you've got pay stubs or anything like that you
I finally got a job, and I finally got a roof.
Good. Bring some proof of that your lawyer can photocopy and give to the county attorney and try to.
After 21 years of the streets, I finally got off.
Okay, good. Well, this isn't going to keep you in jail unless you don't show up for court. Okay.
Yes,
and then of course it's out of my hands. I'm just telling you, the one thing you can do to guarantee landing back in jail is fail to appear. That's what's going to land you back in jail. All right. Good luck, ma'am. If you step to your left, we're going to send out.
So I am being released today.
You are? Yes. I know. People never believe it. They're like, let me just confirm that. All righty. So now I'm down to house calls. So these are the, you can give them, did you have their paperwork already?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, you can go ahead and give it to them. I just want to make sure it wasn't going to change. These are the court desk copies because I'm back up now, finally.
They're okay. Are they okay?
No, I haven't seen anybody. No, I just was thinking like, let's hold on to them in case something does change. Let's not hand it to them, but they can all have their paperwork. I didn't change it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so officer, I've got house call. Oh, let me just go. I should have given you all this because now I can see it. Okay, here we go. That's the house call. Okay, 1 second. Lord almighty. Okay. So as to Quetzalcoatl Reyes, Luis Contreras, and Allison Wolf Jimenez, are they not physically present in court because they've been isolated as a potential risk of danger to themselves or others?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I did get an affirmative answer from the sheriff's office, so I am going to conduct those initial appearances in-house, in person, back in the cell block immediately following this recording. I will advise Mr. Quetzalcoatl Reyes, born 2/22/82, that he is here on 2 probation violation warrants. He's on probation in 2 separate cases, 2 felony cases, and on June 25th of last year, there are petitions to revoke his probation filed alleging that he violated terms 3 and 5. I'll let him know that I'll get copies of those from his lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer in both cases, and that his court date in both cases will be June 18th, 8:30 in the morning, and I am affirming the bond set in each case at issuance, which was $500 secured per case, with written conditions I'll go over with him. At least that is my inclination. Luis Angel Contreras, born 2/5/97, is here on a city court warrant from the Tolleson City Court, where he's been charged with disorderly conduct as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am appointing a lawyer for him, giving him an arraignment hearing of June 16th at 8:30 in the Tolleson City Court, and I am affirming the bond set by the Tolleson judge, which is $500 secured with written conditions, and I'm going to appoint counsel for Mr. Contreras. I'm going to appoint counsel for limited representation on the bond issue only. He has written conditions as well that will be not to go to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim or any witnesses, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Alrighty, Allison Wolf Jimenez, born 1/25/05, here in a new case. She got arrested for narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, Class 6 felony, also shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for her. I'm going to give her court dates of status conference June 17th at 8:30, preliminary hearing June 19th at 8:30. It's my current intention to impose bail in the amount of $500 secured based on the reasons set forth in my written order. With written conditions I'll go over with her, which include not going to the scene of the alleged crimes, no contact with the alleged victim. If anything changes after I conduct these initial appearances back in the cell block, I will update my formal written order. My final order will reflect the court's ultimate decision in the case. It is not the court's intention to update this recording. And with that, we will stand in recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon.
Okay. I'll be with you. Second. Where would she be on my, Katrina? Where would she be? Very bottom. Oh, let me do that. There we go. All right. The reason being because the 24-hour rule is coming into play, so that's why I'm seeing you before the calendar starts. Okay, give me your name and your date of birth, please.
Rebecca Ringquist, May 4th, 1980.
Okay. It's interesting. You're here on a warrant out of the Peoria City Court. I want to double check one thing because it's got a case number of 2021-000143, and the warrant. Let me double check the warrant. Oh, I'm sorry, it was in 2024. I misread it at first. I thought it said 2020. Okay.
Yeah, it was from 2020.
Yeah, I know. I totally misread it. It's not the best copy, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
No, but the offense date was September 2020. Okay. What are you being held on right now besides this?
I had a detainer for probation violation. I got on probation and last year.
So wait.
I'm already sentenced to DOC.
You're sentenced to DOC? Okay. So you're not going anywhere?
No.
Okay.
I'm going back to prison.
Yeah, well, you know where you're going.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. I have to set bond for you so you can take care of this one, and so you wouldn't go to DOC until this is taken care of. Okay, you understand that?
Okay, so...
Anyway, the warrant is based on a criminal trespass in the first degree. Obviously, you don't have any contact with the alleged victim or victims. Don't return to the scene of the
I won't be.
crime. Obviously, that's not going to be an issue anyway, but and this way they'll transport you. So you'll have your arraignment hearing on June 17th. And let me just... I think I have to edit one. I don't know where that voice came from. I'm editing it because I have to appoint a lawyer for you now. All right. So, bond will be your next court date will be in June 17th. That's 6 days from now at 9 o'clock in the morning in Peoria City Court. But they'll transport you because I lowered the bond on it just to $250 instead of what the higher bond would be.
Okay.
That way, and then if you resolve it at that court date, then they'll probably take it down to DOC shortly thereafter.
Okay.
Okay, just to explain. Since you're not, I know this was called the page 2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions?
No.
All right. Go with this fine officer, and you'll be all set.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. We are in recess.